After a scoreless shutout at home against Real Salt Lake, FC Dallas would embark on the toughest road trip of the season, heading to Seattle's notorious Quest Field with a turnaround trip to the first leg of the Texas Derby in Houston.
Playing Wednesday night and then waking up first thing Thursday morning and traveling all the way to Houston from Seattle. I mean, obviously, jet lag and then it takes a toll, but you have to, I think everyone's used to it by now. Recover well, eat right, drink right, and be ready for the game tomorrow.
This is probably the most difficult road trip for us. Had a very tough game with Real Salt Lake at home, and next day we do just a recovery training, and then we're on our way to Seattle, long flight. Have a great game against Seattle as far as the result. And next morning we fly down to Houston.
You know, to go from the West Coast down to Houston, two totally different climates, totally different surfaces, two different styles of play with the teams that we faced.
A win at Seattle landed FCD in Houston carrying a franchise record shutout streak. The game would live up to its rivalry billing.
It's probably the most difficult place that I've encountered coming to play. The fans, the Houston fans are great. They're very supportive of their team. And sometimes I wonder if they really support their team that much or they hate us that much.
The two teams have respect for each other, but at the same time, you know, I think there's also a kind of hate there just because the two Texas teams.
It's just fighting, you know. I mean, when I first got drafted, the first team I heard about was Houston. So, you know, I've been here 4 years and I know what it's all about. So it's gonna be a battle.
Left-footed shot off the post, headed back in, and a goal. What an amazing sequence. And he's made space around Jackson, squares it. Chance here, it's tied up. It's pushed in with the inside of the foot from Cam Weaver. In it comes the header, goal number 2 for FC Dallas. And it is Ugo Ehemelu. You called it. It's 2-1 FC Dallas off a set piece. Davis. Good ball. To Colin Clark to tie it, and he does. Colin Clark has tied it up for Houston. 87th minute. And that does it. So it's a share of the spoils here tonight at Robertson Stadium. Andrew Jacobson starts the scoring in the 27th. Weaver on the stroke of halftime, 42nd for Houston. Ehemelu a header. Sarkodie ejected in the 72nd. And then in the 87th minute, Colin Clark ends up a 2-2 draw.
To be able to score 2 goals in a very, very difficult environment. And disappointed that we weren't able to hold on to the end, but I think it gives a lot of credit to Houston and their desire not to lose.
This rivalry is heating up, I think. From this game, I think the ref helped nurture it a little bit because there were some calls that he let go and some of our guys got beat up. And so I don't think we're going to forget about it, and I know they're going to be hungry to beat us at our place. So it's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it.
The team returned to Frisco to face a struggling New England.
The strike of Lekic into the arms of Kevin Hartman. For Joseph from distance, testing Kevin Hartman early on. This is Marvin Chavez. His pace is beating soars. Marvin Chavez! It's the first goal for Chavez since the Western Conference Final has whistled full time here at Pizza Hut Park. Relief on the face of Shellis Hyman. His team has collected their 7th victory.
Good 3 points at home. FC Dallas doing a good job tonight.
And just another sign, unbeaten in 9 games.
With the win, Kevin Hartman would earn his 100th career shutout, one of many MLS records to his name.
To Kevin Hartman, man of the match, well-deserved 100th career shutout.
I think the most important thing for me to say is I really appreciate the opportunity, number one, to have come to Dallas and to have the opportunity to do it here with a bunch of guys that I really respect, and I love all of you guys. This is a team night. You know, we had a great win tonight, got 3 points, and everything else is just kind of a cherry on top of it.
The momentum was rolling, riding a 9-game unbeaten streak and inching closer to the league-leading LA Galaxy. FC Dallas welcomed the Sporting Kansas City squad to Dallas that had not won a regular season game since March. But just when the team looked unstoppable, their momentum came to a screeching halt.
Wide for Zusi, one-on-one with Zach Lloyd. Graham Zusi, right for an effort! Graham Zusi, what a swift effort it was there from the third-year man, with a punishing effort to the far post that puts Kansas City ahead 1-0. Brek Shea, his pace, cutting through the Kansas City defense. Brek Shea! Are you kidding me? It's a sensational goal by Brek Shea. FC Dallas has found their equalizer. Overhit, back post. Sapong keeps it in. Oh, Aurelien Collin, the Frenchman, has found his first goal for Sporting Kansas City. And he's given the road team the lead here in the 50th minute. It's a stunning strike from Graham Zusi. Pizza Hut Park is the field of dreams for Graham Zusi. And he struck again for Sporting Kansas City. This is Diop. It's a through ball for Sassano. Hartman was out. And Luke Sassano has ended the hopes of pushing an unbeaten streak to 10 games for FC Dallas, as Sporting Kansas City has found the back of the net for the 4th time here at Pizza Hut Park today.
They wanted it more, you know. They definitely showed that they wanted it more than us, and you know, they got the result for it.
I thought they really kind of handed it to us today, to be honest. And it's humbling, it's frustrating, it's embarrassing, you know. And all you can really do is get back to work on Monday.
They wanted the game more than us, and I can't say that that's occurred very often here. So for us now is an opportunity to regroup and find out a little bit more about ourselves.
Good time to get a reminder of, you know, how much work you put into winning a game. You know, every game that we've won up to this point, you know, we've put a ton of effort into it, and no game did we really just cruise through it and just get the win. And I think this game shows how, you know, how small of a line it is between winning and losing.
The 2010 MLS Coach of the Year faced yet another challenge, preparing his team to respond to the stinging loss. And one player, in particular, responded in fine form. Recently inked for a long-term deal, Brek Shea had become a focal point in this speed-driven offense.
And there's a reason the team re-signed him through 2014. I mean, they see a lot of potential in him, and definitely for the next World Cup cycle when they start qualifying in 2012, Brek figures to be a big part of that.
I mean, since I've been here, he's fantastic. I mean, he sees me looking and he knows where to run, so I'll just try to find a little bit of space and let him do the rest of the work.
Brek's always been a player that, from the outside, you looked at that had an abundance of confidence. I think it's really starting to show now. You know, the confidence continues to develop, continues to grow, the more he does things right. And I think he's at that stage now where, you know, he can put himself very, very easily into that all-star team, or even into Bob Bradley's plans, playing great soccer.
On June 18th, in the club's next match at Chivas USA, Shea notched his team-leading 6th goal of the season, propelling the squad back on the winning track.
What a start of the 2011 campaign for Brek Shea.
With the team back on track, FCD rolled over a Portland side that had previously handed them an April 17th road loss.
It's a good one. Testing Perkins, it's a goal! Zach Lloyd has crept in at the back post and given Dallas the lead. There's a look at the runners for Dallas. Over the first man, it's George John! Well, perhaps Portland getting a little bit of their own medicine here at Pizza Hut Park. George John has found the 2nd of the game. This is Jackson, he slipped in. Alexander off the post. It's fallen for Shea, it's a goal! Brek Shea is there to gather the loose change in front of the Portland defense. It's 3 for FC Dallas. This is Jackson, right-footed effort, testing of Pickens, and Looney's there. Big night for FC Dallas.
Next up was another familiar foe and Pioneer Cup rival, the Columbus Crew. Columbus had reaped the benefits of FCD's slow start on April 1st when they handed the team a 2-0 loss at Crew Stadium. This time, the result was reversed.
It's loose at the back from the Columbus Crew. And now for the 4th consecutive match, Brek Shea has finished things. What a ball from Jacobson. It's found Jackson. So cool to lift it over Hessner. and it's Jackson. It's his third consecutive Major League Soccer goal. He's scored in 4 straight matches overall in all competitions. The Brazilian is absolutely on fire here.
FC Dallas was hot on LA's heels in the race for the Supporters' Shield, a position which seemed unthinkable only a few months ago. Injuries, call-ups, adversity, this team had seen it all. But halfway through 2011, the squad was right where they expected to be all along.